All right, going for a walk, get some exercise for my diabetes. I've been kind of lethargic the past couple of weeks. I went surfing a couple of times. I went boogie boarding one time. I've gone for a couple of walks. One was 4.5 miles. The other one was 3.5, just around Waikiki. So I'm gonna go for a walk, get some exercise, pick up some groceries on the way back. So I'm wearing my Trump shirt. So watch for the reactions on people's faces when they see this. So some will be positive, some will be dirty looks, but it'll make the walk a little more interesting. Oh, check out the video that I posted today on TikTok under I think on TikTok it's Custom Island Tours. On X it's Hawaii elections, no spaces, Hawaii elections. So I ran into a Karen Democrat in the ABC store. She was being rude to the cashier, so I made a video about it. She was upset that the cashier, when she asked for a newspaper, the cashier gave her the USA Today, and she said that that was not a real newspaper, that it was a conservative newspaper, and she didn't want it because it was conservative. But meanwhile, she was just being rude. Let's see, what time is it? 6 o'clock on a Wednesday. So traffic is backing up in Waikiki. Oh, I guess nobody pushed the button. I could have sworn I heard the people behind me push the button. Wow, that's 3 people wearing face masks. The 2 people behind me are wearing face masks in the crosswalk there, and then the lady crossing the crosswalk was wearing a face mask. This is August of 2024. So this is the ABC store, the country market, Island Country Market. Pretty nice. It's got a coffee bar right there in the corner, and then in the back corner it's got a deli where you can actually order food. Like you can get like a steak and eggs and all kinds of good stuff. Sushi, you can get build your own poke bowl. Oh, I should turn my app on to record my walk. There it is. My tracks. So, start recording. Oh, I think it's recording over an old one. Stop recording. You just do the find. Oh, let me X out of that. Okay, current location. And then start recording. There we go. Couple of tattoo parlors here. This one there. Skin Deep Tattoo. Club Mermaid. Strip club. Skin Deep. This homeless guy in the black on the right is here every single day for the past several months. The Thai restaurant over here. Pretty good pad Thai. So the homeless guy sits there every day until someone buys him food from the Thai restaurant. Sometimes he'll take it somewhere else and eat it, but a lot of times he eats it right there and then doesn't even throw his trash away. Oh wow, that's a good looking dog. Prada. Dior. This is an all-way crosswalk. There's a name for it. It's like, it's a person's name, like Davis crosswalk or something like that. Of course, these are famous in Japan. But it makes sense because a lot of times when you're making a turn and then the pedestrians have the right of way in the crosswalk, sometimes, especially when they keep going even after the red hand starts, then they took up all of the time and then you don't get to make your turn and then the cars are piled up behind you. So through there is the Sheraton Waikiki and the Royal Hawaiian, the Pink Hotel through there. That's the drum beat to 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Must be 50 ways to leave your lover. So again, through there is the Pink Hotel, the Royal Hawaiian, which was the second hotel in Waikiki. The first one was the Moana Surfrider, 1901. This guy in the wheelchair, sometimes he's really loud, and then later on you see him walking away. He doesn't even need the wheelchair. But they recently passed an ordinance that you're not allowed to use amplified speakers on the public sidewalk, which he's obviously doing. But there's not enough police to enforce all the laws they pass. Duke's Lane. It's a good place to haggle for souvenirs and jewelry. Cheesecake Factory. It's kind of warm and muggy today. My mouth is already getting dry. Like Stephen Hawking here. Oh, the parrots. So they put the parrots on your shoulder or whatever, and then they charge you like $20 to take your picture with your own camera. So he's just beyond the brass line. So to the right of the brass line is the public sidewalk. Over there is private property. So what he's doing there, selling those tours, is illegal on the public sidewalk. He's on private property, so now it's up to the people who own that property that if they don't want him there to call the police. So here's the Moana Surfrider. That was the first hotel in Waikiki, 1901. So they call it the First Lady of Waikiki, the Moana Surfrider. It was a Westin, but I believe now it's a Marriott. That's right. The hotels were supposed to be striking. I think it was the Marriotts that were supposed to be striking. Maybe they got it settled before the strike. See, there's another tour company selling on the... I guess he's on private property there too. He's backed up against the ABC store there, so he's on private property. So those are the tour companies that I call the charlatans, because they're willing to break any rule in order to get their money. So this is the police station right over there, the Waikiki substation. And they park right here. And so now all of the cars coming in this lane have to scoot over here. So this causes so many near accidents. Oh, I'm just making a video for my YouTube channel.
But what's
no, the police station is right there.
Oh,
so the police
right.
park here. That's what I was saying, is everybody has to move over, and then it causes accidents. People actually run into each other right there. Oh, the police have got somebody on the ground over there. Somebody must have been causing trouble. Looks like a Hawaiian guy. So there's Waikiki Beach.
Yes, even mine. That's the closest one she ever had.
Wow. So this is brand new, I guess. This used to be the candy store. But this is, we just passed one where they're opening one down there too, so. Wow, look at the surf. It looks good. I was debating on whether to go surfing or to do this, but the surf, when I went yesterday, it's high tide all during the middle of the day, and then now at this time it's flat tide, so it's like a positive 1 foot tide, but it's in the transition zone between going high and low, but it's flat, no change in the tide for like several hours, and so it's just a weird time. It makes it hard to catch the wave. It's a flat middle tide, so it's middle between high and low tide, and then it's flat because it's in a period of no transition. There's the banyan tree. They've started doing the hula shows again. I've noticed that they're on Tuesday and Sunday, so right underneath there they do the hula shows. It's a free hula show at sunset, so the sun is setting over here, and it's pretty cool. It's a way for the local hula halaus to get some practice performing in public. What's this guy yelling about? Here's the face cream Nazis. It's the end of the day, so they're probably not as aggressive as they are in the mornings, but usually you can't walk past those people without them harassing you, trying to get you to come into their store so they can sell you face cream. And there's multiple of those stores along this path. So like 10 o'clock in the morning, if you're trying to walk this path, you get bombarded by those guys like 3 or 4 times in each direction. McDonald's. I just noticed the camera up there on the light pole. This intersection is really bad about the pedestrians crossing while the red hand is still up. There it goes. Because you got people turning right here, and they can only turn while the light is green, and the light is only green when the... Oh wait, did they change it? Anyway, a lot of times when the cars have right of way, the pedestrians are crossing. What's this guy doing parked over here? He's blocking a lane. Must be an Uber looking for his pickup. Nomad. Check out the flowers on the rainbow shower trees. I like how they hang like baskets, like Japanese lanterns. These boots are made for walking. Here we go. Jamie O'Brien's Surf of School. Or School of Surf. Jamie O'Brien's School of Surf. Ooh. What was that? Somebody's ash, cigarette ash.
I will say you're one of the few people I've never heard anybody say anything bad about.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy. Maybe I just have to head right. So, like me and him, we always butted heads like work stuff, just different ideas, competing, best practices, stuff like that. Where I learned from us, and then like, all that stuff, like that thing, so like outside of work, we get along great. Yeah. Like,
So this is the Kapahulu groin, or we just call it the wall, the Waikiki wall. It's a good place for boogie boarding. It's boogie boarding only.
I won't name any names, but there's been plenty of people.
That way you don't have surfboards with hard boards and fins that can hit people. So you have a safe area for kids to boogie board.
You know, they don't go right into like, I love that dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've just never met anybody that didn't like you. I'm sure they do that about me all the time. You just, I mean, I can.
Oh, the kids. Well, I say kids, those aren't kids, but jumping off of the wall over here into like 1.5 feet of water. So you gotta wait for a wave and then land on top of the wave.
I think sometimes. And especially like.
You found it? Oh, you found it!
So wait for a wave to come. There we go. So that makes the water a little deeper if you jump on top of the cresting wave.
Gotta go for a shower.
There's a good one. Woo! So yeah, I was boogie boarding here not yesterday, but the day before that, right after the hurricane passed. Oh, I might get splashed on this one. Oh. Oh, here's one of the dinner cruises, the Star of Honolulu.
Don't stop yourself next time.
Oh, here we go. Get it, bro, get it. Hee, drop me. So I'm still wanting to go surf out here at Publix. I've never surfed out there. I've snorkeled. If you snorkel along this wall and then you go diagonally towards that white buoy that's out there in the water and keep going, you snorkel right along the edge of where the coral is. If you go on a day when there's absolutely no waves, especially if there's been no waves for like several days, it gets clearer. Otherwise, it's pretty murky. Oh, this wave coming right here, not this one, but the next one. Here we go. Look to your right. Jump on top of that one. There you go. That's the best wave. Best wave. There's more coming, but. Yeah, so I've snorkeled all the way out to like where those surfers are there, and then there's an area where there's a big school of jackfish or alua, blue trevally. So there's Diamond Head. It's funny, you can see something shining up there. That's where Diamond Head actually gets its name, is that in the old days, the sailors would see things sparkling up there, and they wanted to go up there because they thought it was diamonds. They wanted to get the diamonds. That's where it got its name, Diamond Head. She's working up her courage to jump. So yeah, the surf spot out there is called Publix. But you got to be really careful because it gets really shallow. Like the coral heads like stick out of the water sometimes. Oh, look at this wave. There's a good wave. Jump on top of that one.
Oh yeah, you can do that.
backside coming through. Small one. Hey, you can catch little if you can't make it. Oh, swim ba? Yeah,
There it is. All right, well, I better get my exercise in. So that big aluminum square thing over there, that's where they do movies on the beach. So it's like they spread a canvas or something across that in order to show movies. Wow. Huh? Oh, thanks. Thank you. Why is the traffic backing up over here? That's weird. Is there a concert or something? I saw police lights. So I got dabs for the shirt. Guy said cool shirt. So this is crazy. This is not an area that is usually backed up with traffic. But the Waikiki Shell is down there, so maybe there's a concert going on. It's Wednesday though.
Wednesday on the one.
Hey, how's it? Look at the sun. I should have got a picture of that. Let me get the phone out. It's not a very good picture anyway. Oh well. So that was Adam. He has a tour company that's similar to mine, and we actually park at the same place. We've actually moved like 3 or 4 times together. We started out together at the King's Plaza, and then we moved over by Century Tower, then we moved to Target, and then when they finished construction at Target, we moved somewhere else. So we help each other find parking anytime we have to move. But where I'm at now, we've had so many break-ins. So while I was standing there talking to Adam, he saw another one of his friends that is like one of the Beach Boys that does the surf lessons. So we talked with him. Oh, this jetty over here is pretty cool. There was one time where I walked out to the end of the jetty because I was taking a picture of the moon rising over here. And so it was really dark before the moon came up, and all of a sudden I heard this noise. It was like a exhale, like and I looked down and there was a monk seal right there up against the rocks, just looking straight up at me. Oh, where was it the other night? I think it was right over here. There was a monk seal on the beach and they had it roped off. It's golden hour. So there's the wall over there where you boogie board. Oh, I guess there is a concert going on. That girl was locking eyes with me like she was trying to burn a hole in me. Must have been because of my t-shirt. So over here, this is a luau. It was started by one of those charlatan companies. They do like a timeshare presentation kind of thing, and then they sell tours in order to get you to go on the timeshare. And then they made their own tour company. Instead of outsourcing it to someone else, they decided to make the money themselves and started their own tour company. And now they've started their own luau over here by the aquarium. As you get out to the end here, you got to be careful about getting your shoes wet. Sometimes these waves will come all the way up. Check out the crabs. And this is about where I saw that monk seal too. It was like right there. Oh, that's got to be tricky, coming up on the surfboard onto the rocks. So way over there, the mountains over there, that's the Waianae volcano mountain range. So that was a volcano that was formed 3.5 million years ago. And then the mountains behind Waikiki, under those clouds, there is another volcano that was formed 2 million years ago. And they overlapped in the middle to form this island. There goes a tour helicopter. Looks like Blue Hawaiian helicopters. And then over here is the natatorium, kind of the bleacher style, and then that square in the water, that was a like a saltwater swimming pool. That's where Duke Kahanamoku would practice swimming before he won the gold medal in the Olympics back in the 30s. So this is a good place to see the stars. So you get the moon and the planets and everything rises right there. Looks like they got a little problem with erosion over there on the wall. Oh wow, there's a big sea cucumber in there. The sidewalk actually collapsed. I guess it's undercut the wall. Look at that. So yeah, anytime that you have a hard wall on a beach like this, it actually makes the erosion problem worse, because as the waves come up, instead of having this natural slope for it to go up and then back, if it hits that wall, it splashes back harder and it makes more erosion. So hardened walls on a beach is a bad thing. And that includes these jetties. You'll notice that on these jetties, because the prevailing wind goes this way, that you get the sand piles up on one side and then it's undercut on the other side. This is the Barefoot Bar, which is kind of confusing because there's a Barefoot Bar at the back of the Halikoa Hotel, the military hotel, and I've always known that one as the Barefoot Bar, but I think it's more recently they started calling this one the Barefoot Bar now. So now when they say Barefoot Bar, you don't know which one they're talking about unless you specify. Oh, is it somebody playing live? Oh yeah, it's 3 people there. I think he was talking to me. He looked right at me. Oh, that's no Victor helicopters. You can tell because they all use different types of helicopters. So that one is no Victor helicopters. I met the owner. It's a female owner of the helicopter company.
We went to scale. Yeah.
So the last time I did this walk, it was at night, and this is pretty cool. As the waves hit up against this wall here, it splashes and it goes across, and then these lights light up the whitewash that splashes up, and it kind of looks like the water display at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. So at night, with the lights lighting up that whitewash as it's shooting up and cascading across, it actually made a pretty cool video that I uploaded to my TikTok, which is Custom Island Tours. But this, there's a sign saying that this is an erosion control area. It's because they had the hardened wall here and it causes erosion. See, there's no beach here because of it. Oh wow, that's really slick. So there's no beach here because of the erosion, and because of the erosion they had to build this. Oh, there goes the splash I was talking about. Yeah, especially this corner right here. That's why it was so slick right there. It's because this gets splashed. I don't know who that is playing. I don't recognize any of the music. Sounds like it must be a local band. Hey, there he is. So that was Adam again. They're doing yoga in the park. So that's the natatorium right there. It's also the World War I memorial. And then this is the Waikiki Aquarium. Oh, I can see the Waikiki shell sticking up over there, the white. So that's where the concert is. I've been there for 2 concerts back in the 90s, the Doobie Brothers and Crosby, Stills and Nash. So here's the Waikiki Aquarium. I've never been inside. It looks so small. So these trees that line this road are ironwood trees. They're originally from Australia. And of course these big trees here with the roots that hang down, those are banyan trees, and those are originally from India or China. So that there is the World War I memorial. Roll of Honor in the service of the United States Army. So this is the natatorium. So it's the World War I memorial. And it's also the natatorium with that swimming pool that I talked about, the saltwater swimming pool. They've been talking about wanting to fix this thing up for like the past 20 years. The mayor keeps saying he's going to do something about it and then never does. He's held, well, the previous mayor held 3 different press conferences saying that he was going to do something about it and never did. These guys look like they're putting on a fire show. There we go. Maybe they're just practicing. Yeah. So this is Kaimana Beach, Kaimana Hotel. This is also a spot where it's popular for the monk seals to come and lay on the beach, and also for the monk seals to have their pups on the beach in that far corner over there. And so when they do that, they'll rope off that area. It's a nice calm beach to hang out. There's a reef out there and there's a channel. So there's a flag in the water out there and there's a channel, and the swimmers like to swim out to that flag and back.
Oh my gosh.
So this is the Kaimana Beach Hotel. And then Sanssouci. So some people call this Sanssouci Beach, some people call it Kaimana Beach. Michelle's. It's a really nice restaurant. I've never been inside, but I've Ubered a lot of people over here and gave recommendations when I used to work as a concierge. Ah, a pretty nice gym going on here. The Elks Club. Something Canoe Club on the sign. Castle Surf, Tropic Seas. Had a couple of friends that lived over here, John and Sophia or Safia. I think I'm just gonna double back. I'm gonna grab me a drink out of the little convenience store here. It's so muggy tonight. So back at the Barefoot Bar. Just going back the way I came. Oh, I think I see Venus up there in the sky. up there is Venus. It's not going to get very high in the evening sky before it starts transitioning back into the morning sky. You guys probably can't see it on here, but Venus is really bright. So the Venus is right over there. So this is the wall, the Kapahulu groin. So this is Kapahulu Avenue right here, and so this goes kind of east-west. So it's west to the left, east to the right, So there's been times where I've seen the moon rise, where you can look straight down Kapahulu Avenue from here and see the moon rising right down the road. So it would be like right there. That's okay, thanks. Oh, Jamie's got his Jerry Lopez surfboard on the wall. Cafe Glace. I like to come here and get their crepes and acai bowl. It's one of those rare cases where it's kind of okay to cross because you're looking in the direction of traffic. You can see that there's nothing coming. Island Vintage shaved ice. So normally Island Vintage is a coffee shop. Paina Luau? Oh, that's new. Paina is a party normally held for a child's first birthday. Paina. The Italian restaurant over here at the Marriott has really awesome scallops. This used to be Burger King. Now it's a poke bar. And then upstairs is Oahu Mexican Grill, or OMG, above the ABC store. Over here at the church, this guy's making tikis. The tikis are usually modeled after one of the 4 main Hawaiian gods. Kane, the god of creation. Ku, the god of war. Lono, the god of peace and fertility. And Kanaloa, the god of the ocean. It's a cheeseburger in Waikiki. Cheeseburger in Paradise. It's confusing because there used to be 2. One is cheeseburger in Paradise. The one at the other end of Waikiki used to be cheeseburger in Waikiki, which also has a brewery attached to it. Waikiki Brewery or something like that. Morimoto Japanese restaurant at the Alohilani Hotel. Used to be the Pacific Beach Hotel. Momo-san. Oh, I had their duck tacos. Oh my god, it was so good. It's McDonald's again. Alright, we're good after this last car. The Circle Hotel. Sushi. There's actually not that many sushi restaurants in Waikiki. Oh, I'm getting hungry. Honolulu Cookie Company.
If I don't promise free, I don't tell you first. Yeah, so I do free first. Up to now. Yeah, then I show you, you decide. If you don't enjoy the outline. So I can show you for the free. Yeah. You see that?
Oh, the Silverman. I've tried talking to that guy before and he's not very nice. Because I used to do street performing too. I'm actually going to start up my street performing again with the telescope. So I set up my telescope on the sidewalk and let people look at the moon, Jupiter and Saturn. It's just that right now Jupiter and Saturn are not in the evening sky. but they're progressing that way. Last month when I was out, Saturn was clearing the buildings about 11 p.m. but that's going to be rising about a minute or two earlier each day. So Saturn is going to be coming into season where I'll be able to show that. And then I have my photographs, 8x10s and 11x14 matte, and I actually checked on the pricing on that at Pictures Plus today to see about printing more. Sounds like it's going to cost me about $10 per print to get them printed, matted, and sleeved in a plastic sleeve to protect them while I'm out on the sidewalk from the rain and stuff. So yeah, my overhead is going to be about $10 a picture, and people usually give me about $20 a picture for them. Sometimes they ask me to sign it, so I keep a Sharpie. Oh, I forgot about this sidewalk being closed. This is the Ohana East Hotel. Looks like it's open. It's just the whole lobby area is shut down for renovation, like the bottom 3 floors. It's amazing how much things change. This used to be Keone's. It's now Appetito. And these brand new apartments over here. And then they have a grocery store on the 2nd level. So that's where I'm going. I usually go there to get a steak in order to fry it up in a pan. But after talking to my brother yesterday, I'm actually going to get a hamburger this time. It's easier. I can actually freeze hamburger. I feel bad freezing a steak, so with the steaks I kind of have to buy them only 1 at a time or 2 at a time in order to avoid having to put them in the freezer. So I used to live down there. Here we go. So this is Kuhio Avenue. The International Marketplace is down that way. Kane Kapole Street. Alright, got my food. So I got 1 steak and 2 things of hamburger. There was 2 patties each that were, you know, pre-made into a patty, and one of them was blue cheese, and the other one was like jalapeno something. So 4 patties of hamburger, 1 New York strip steak, a thing of cottage cheese, and a box of cereal, and it was 38 something, so almost $39. Hilton Garden Inn Hotel. That's the International Marketplace on the other side of the street.
Can we take an Uber from here or do we have to walk back?
So check out the line at this ramen place. Marugame Udon. This corner has been shut down for years. Used to be a gun range over here, one of those shoot real guns things. And so now it's contaminated with lead. Used to be a gay bar up there. This is Seaside Avenue. There's a little hole-in-the-wall pizza joint right there. Literally a hole in the wall. Souvenirs. IHOP at the Waikiki Malia Hotel. Courtyard Marriott. So this is Lure Street. There's an Irish pub down there, Kelly O'Neill's. So that's the Ritz-Carlton, and then there's the Island Country Markets ABC store at the bottom. '88 tees, t-shirts. Alright, I'm almost home. It's so hot tonight, so muggy. I'm sweating. But the circuit that I just did should have been about 4 miles. Did it a lot slower since I stopped to talk to Adam. Let's check it out. My tracks. 4.33 miles in 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 minutes. 4.33 miles.